What up, weirdos? It's your boy Raindrop, Range Rizzle, and my co-host, co-captain, Cole, Conspirator, Uncle Juju.
What is up, babies?
How's everybody doing? Welcome back to BXTV, aka Back from Hell, your Spotify, YouTube podcast where you didn't know everything you need to know. And this is Back from Hell, baby. We're back in the booth, you know what I'm saying? Welcome back. I hope you guys enjoyed the last podcast. That was a fun one for us. Comic book of the week is followed up by Nothing Short. You know what I'm saying? If you liked Carnage, I think you'll like this week's. But yeah, with that being said, make sure if you're new here, you drop a like, comment, and a subscribe. You know what I'm saying? It helps us with the algorithm and all that. But yeah, we do this every week, and we always start out with a comic book of the week. We put a book on the chopping block. Me and Juju review it. It's 1 through 10 grade on the art and the writing. Trying to keep it easy, you know what I mean? Give it.
Yep.
Give it 2 sections, you know?
Yeah.
But
it makes it easy on us to judge, you know.
100%. And just saying, this was one of my favorite reads of 2023. It's still going on in 2024. It is Conan the Barbarian, issue 6. Writer is Jim Zub, and the artist is Doug Brathwaite. And it is done by Titan Comics. And shout out them for really crushing Conan. You know what I mean? Because somebody who has never read Conan, I am now a giant Conan fan because of this series. So if that doesn't already tell you how this comic book of the week is going to go on my end, I don't know what to tell you. Like, you know what I mean? But no, I've enjoyed issue number 0, technically, Free Comic Book Day, which started the series. That was banging. And then issue 1 through 5 and number 6 was Nothing Short. I believe the artist has changed once, maybe not. I could be wrong. But, yeah, man, Conan number 6. Also, just so you guys know, in February, The Savage Sword of Conan is also starting by the same publishers, Titan Comics. So it should be just as fucking good, you know what I mean? I already messaged my LCS and have said, yo, put that in my pool box when it comes out. Like,
I bought the bundle on Kindle, so when it comes out, I'll get it.
Oh, what, The Savage Sword of Conan?
Just Conan the Barbarian, 1 through 5. I have them now, and then when couple ones come out,
well, no,
I'll have the new ones.
Okay, so, but no, what I'm telling you though is The Savage Sword of Conan is a whole different series coming out in February.
Mm-hmm.
So,
it's by the same people.
It is, but it's not the same storyline. Like, it's not gonna. So, like, if you got like, so just to be clear, this book right here, if you're subscribed to it, you will not get the Savage Sword with it. It's not this storyline unless you bought it.
Oh
with
yeah,
it.
no, I know that, but I'm just saying for marks to the actual book, I signed up for the whole thing.
Okay, yeah, fuck yeah, as you should, because you read this and were like, yo, this is fucking awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, no, 100%.
So I too have it in my box, just a different kind of box.
Yeah, you're online. But with that being said, I really like it because there's like an underlining theme going on, but each like 2 books or so, it's like a different storyline. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a different arc. They're like kind of like doing this over, like, there's like this overlining arc, but like each couple books is like this little story going on. And number 6 picks up after him and this gang of thieves called the Glory Hounds. It's him and this, like, it's like a lockpick, this chick, and all these other dudes, and Conan's like the muscle of the thieves, you know what I'm saying? He's not like the stealth guy. And they're trying to steal this thing from Tamaris's, it's called Tamarin's Touch. It's made of black stone, and if you don't know, Conan has been involved with Blackstone back in issue 4, just to kind of cover some things up. And they're in the what is it? The Tempe of Bell or the Tempe of Bell in the Den of Deceit. That is what it is. That's where they are. It's like this place of like bullshit and craziness. They basically dress up in the 5th issue, to give you guys a good rundown. They dress up as like corpse bringers, and they kill a bunch of guards and bring in corpse that way as corpse bringers. And they sneak in, and at the end of the 5th book, Conan's like, don't touch Tamarin's touch, because he notices it's made of blackstone. You know what I'm saying? Like, he knows this shit's bad juju, no pun intended. He knows it's not safe. And sure enough, issue 6 begins with that. It starts with him having that little flashback thing, and then the meat and puddings is them being attacked by specters. They're basically these things that came out of Tamarin's touch, which is a stone made of black stone. It's kind of confusing, but it's just like object made of black stone.
It gives off negative versions of me. No.
Yeah, no. But like these specters, like these giant like demon ghost spirit things that look badass. That like every time they drew the spirit specter motherfuckers, I was like, yo, this is like so Game of Thrones feeling, like like dude.
I put that in the remake.
Yeah.
Put that.
Yeah, like
that in the remake of Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah, like do this shit. I do like having this like idea of Conan, like, because he talks about how he's like been a thief before, and it's like I kind of like seeing him in this little like Dungeons and Dragons aspects of like a of a story. It's like him and just a bunch of thieves going on like a journey, like a heist. You know, they're doing a heist, and it makes sense because as they're going through this heist, they're running away from these specters, and they run into a room full of warriors, and they're like, we're fucked. And the one chick is like, not Conan the Barbarian, literally says like, this is easy work for Conan. And what does Conan do, bro? Fucking murders everybody. He literally says in the book, he's like, dude, at least these enemies bleed. You know what I'm saying? He's like, those specter things don't bleed. They were weak to silver dust powder, though, because one of his partners throws the dust powder bag, the silver dust, into the air and tells him to hit it. And he hits it with his sword, and it, like, hurts them, and they start running. I did leave that out. But with all that being said, you know, like, before we go any further, I just wanted to kind of give a rundown of what's going on in this book. Before we go more into it, because there's a little bit more I want to talk about in the story. What did you enjoy up until this point, or like didn't enjoy? Were you like, as somebody who hasn't read the rest of the series, were you lost? Were you like, nah, like the little intro in the beginning helped you out enough, or like, because like, you know me, this is my.
Oh, I got it. Here's the thing. It's Conan the Barbarian. It's sword and sandal. It's ancient Earth. It's, you know, I knew exactly, like, maybe not story-wise, but at least conceptually, I knew what I was getting into.
Yeah. You had an idea of like the mythos. You knew the mythos. You knew the characters to a degree, and it was like, all right, like let's just dive right into the cold water. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I thoroughly enjoyed the fact that this is a very supernatural story, because I love like stories of the supernatural in like the caveman setting. I think it's such a like primal and like
it's nice. It's
you know, ghosts have been around forever.
Yeah,
you know, kind of thing.
And it's cool to see how these like you said, primal people deal with these spirits, and like they don't have like, it's not like Ghostbusters. They don't have this like vacuum machine that's gonna suck up the specter.
They have like
silver dust powder and shit, like chants and relics and things like that they can use in these stories. But
and they're all based off of stories, you know, like they're based off of their own mythos.
Let me ask you though. Let me ask you, did I sell this series short at all? Like, was I bullshitting on how fun and like how And tell me if I'm wrong, how easy it is to look at.
Oh, this 100% correct on everything in every regard because this was probably the prettiest. And when I say pretty, I mean like just every panel was something like
Oh,
holy
yeah.
shit.
And if you look at like here, I can probably pull it up right here. There's
Or
like a
even like
okay, right
I'm
here.
sorry, I thoroughly enjoyed the sorry.
Real quick. Right here. You can't see it on camera, but if you see it in person, the background behind Conan is so detailed and like mystic
Yeah.
looking, and like Conan just looks so like edgy and beefy. Like you're just like, dude, like this man is a monster. Like it's like you said though, everything is just so beautiful. Like I don't know. I love this fucking series, dude.
I'm gonna be honest. The one thing I thoroughly enjoyed, and this goes into the artwork, was when they were talking about like how all gods are thieves and how they just like all they do at the end is they take something from you, like
Oh, dude,
you know if it's
the writing is nothing short of the art. Like the writing is just like
yeah
you're just sailing a smooth ride. You know what I mean? There's no like I've never once read one of these issues so far and been like stumped. You know what I mean? Or like had to like try to figure it out. It's just like no, but you're right. That is a really good point they make. Um
like
I
um I really would like to highlight the one panel. It's in the I think it's on like the third or fourth page where he's on the ground and the deity is like saving him from the winged demon. And I just loved the fucking detail on like her hair and
yes,
like
yes, dude. It's so good. It's
that it, it looks like a sick tattoo that somebody could
yeah,
get.
yeah,
You
yeah. I agree. I agree.
know?
Before we keep going though, so basically Conan and them escape with the Tamarin's touch or whatever it's called, the
Yes.
Blackstone shit. And they're taking it to this guy, what's his fucking name? I have it on my phone. It's like Yorkie or something. Yakur.
Yeah.
Yakur. He's like a priest or something that like a
Hmm.
monk that sent them on this heist. He promised them hella money. And he just immediately goes to touch it, and Conan's like, yo, don't touch that fucking thing with your bare hands. And he's like, no, it's Tamarin's touch. I can touch it. And come to find out, because before they left, the spirits stopped fucking with them because they realize Conan has already been touched by their, like, master, basically. And, like, has been, like, spoken to. Like, he's, like, kind of like, we'll get into it in a second. The priest is like, I'm not paying you for this shit. There's nothing in it. Like he was expecting this like demon thing to be inside of it. He obviously wanted some bad power of some sort.
Yeah,
And
he wanted some bad me.
yeah, bad juju. And Conan basically like stiffs him. He's like, "Yo, you're going to pay us. Like either die or pay us. Like I don't give a shit." And he looks at Conan's eyes and realizes like, "Oh, bro, like yeah, take the money, enjoy it while you can. You don't have long cuz from what we understand, if you read Conan issue 4, he fell into this black water and like this like spirit demon thing talked to him. And I don't want to ruin it all for Juju, you know what I mean? I want you to like actually be able to like experience that storyline without really knowing too much. Um, and I have a feeling Conan is possessed by something ugly. You know, like I
Mm,
think there's something with the
mm.
Blackstone that is like, yo, like Conan, like so, like I actually am very hyped to see if we get some like evil Conan thing go on. Like he like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like has some like demon power thing going on. Like that would be sick. That would be sick. But with that being said, and it getting to our 15-minute mark where we like to try and end this segment of the show, uh before we do the grade, you are excited to continue reading, yes?
Absolutely. This is again, guys. This is the remake.
Yeah, like
Do
if you
that.
Like, yeah, if you want Conan, this is how you should be getting it right now. And two,
Yeah. Honestly, if they did an animated series based off of this version of Conan the Barbarian, I'm so there.
that could be really good. That could be really good. I could really get behind that. But all
Like
right.
it would have it would sorry it would have to be in just that art style because like I don't really want to see another Arnold Conan the Barbarian, to be honest with you. I want to see something different like this. This is different. This is what I want to see.
Well, see, I like it because it feels like old Conan, but like like modernized in a good way. And with that being said,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and give this a straight up 9.5, 9.8 as a whole, like art and story. I don't know, but what do you think?
I would go a little bit. I would give it a 9.9.
All right, 9.9 for the art and story, 9.9 for Conan the Barbarian issue 6. Shout out Jim Zub and the artist, you know what I mean? You guys killed it. I'm very glad that you can make me a fan of Conan, Juju a fan, and hopefully more people are fans after this pod. There's just so many good panels. Like, I'll do a little thing in here. Make sure you read it. You know what I'm saying? Like, Juju, you can get it on Kindle.
Yeah.
If you can't get to a local comic shop, get it on Kindle, man.
And kudos to the writing because like when I was reading his voice, I wasn't reading it with the Arnold like
Nah, I
the
wasn't
Arnold
either.
accent. Like his voice was just kind of a little bit more like prosaic in my head. So like a little bit more deeper and silkier. I don't know.
I kind of had more.
Kudos to the
I'm not
writing
gonna
for
lie.
that.
Yeah. No, like I said, man. Like the writing is spot fucking on. Like I didn't know if I was gonna be into it when I first grabbed the free comic book day thing, and then I was like, damn, man. Like this shit is mwah, chef's kisses. Like let's fucking go. Speaking of things that are chef's kisses in the comic book world, Kingpin. Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin. You know? Juju had
I'm sitting up for this.
Yeah, Juju had the honor of meeting and getting his signature, correct? You got his autograph?
Yes, I did.
I just want to say, dude, they casted that role so well. Before we get into this topic, I just want to say I want to give Vincent D'Onofrio his flowers. I like even when I read Kingpin now from like 1990 or before whatever, I read it Vincent D'Onofrio. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no doubt in my mind that's Kingpin.
Yeah, he's kind of like transcended the character. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
No,
really
he's
hard to not think of his version of Kingpin when you're reading uh Daredevil because they are so similar and yet
I mean, Daredevil,
he just does
Spider-Man,
it perfectly.
yeah, it doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah.
even when I read Joe Fixit, the miniseries, I still read that Kingpin as Vincent D'Onofrio. Like, obviously, like, in the comic books, he's a little bit bigger in most alliterations. Like, he's a little bit more wide. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, like, other than that, like, he's spot fucking on, dude. I fucking love it. But with that being said, I have this like feeling that Kingpin is about to be like the Thanos of street level MCU threats. You know what I'm saying? Like cuz Echo's coming out. He's obviously an Echo. They've been like throwing that in our faces that Kingpin's coming back in Echo, which makes sense. And you don't know who Echo is. She's from Daredevil. Her first appearance ever was as a Ronin in the New Avengers number 11, 2005. Well, no. She first appeared as Echo in Daredevil number 9 in December 1999, created by David Mack. And She also appeared in Avengers number 11. So that was like her first appearances. Apparently, that's what the internet. But with that being said, he's obviously going to show up in Daredevil as well, which comes out not too long this year. I have this feeling that Kingpin is just going to be having his foot on everybody's neck in these series. Like from the trailer of Echo, he just is going crazy low key. Like I really do believe Kingpin is the next Thanos of like the street level MCU.
Uh, one of the things I was actually thinking about was that um he exists in the New York after the attacks from the first Avengers. So just like Vulture, he's got all those construction contracts. I'm pretty sure he's got alien tech somewhere up his sleeve later on for the Marvel universe.
He
like
could.
MCU.
He could lead up to be like a bigger like threat. Like he could be like working with the big boys. And
or not only that, but like, he also probably had dealings with Vulture who was selling weapons and manufacturing them too. So like, there's once you introduce that kind of like criminal element to the Marvel Avengers stories, it really kind of introduces something different and unique. And that's where I think Kingpin's going to step up and be not even just a street level, I think an all around threat.
no,
I think he's going to have something up his sleeve,
For sure, I could see that, but I'm trying to keep it realistic because I know that they have their. Because at the moment, we do know that Kang, or not Kang, Kang is going to be like Avengers 5 possibly now. We'll get into that in down the road tonight. We do have feelings with that, if I'm correct, right? That's on the list.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But really, I'm just very glad that Vincent D'Onofrio is getting his time to shine in modern day MCU because he only got to really shine in Hawkeye a little bit. Like the Hawkeye series, he was the villain, which I need to go back and watch because I hear it's pretty good. I didn't finish it, but he was in Hawkeye. But I'm glad that he's gonna be put up. Like, I think now is the time we need somebody like Vincent D'Onofrio, Charlie Cox, whatever, to like bring back everybody to show that like the MCU still has it. I think it's a power move being like, all right, everybody who watched Daredevil, the Netflix series, is definitely going to come back for Echo. Like, why wouldn't we? Because they also said recently everything from Netflix is canon now.
Okay, good. Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
Fantastic.
So, but that also includes the Defenders, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, all that. So hopefully we don't see Iron Fist appear anywhere, in my opinion. But with that being said, I'm very excited to hopefully see, because the rumor is Daredevil. So Echo, I have a feeling Echo is going to be Kingpin. He trains Echo to be this violent force, and she probably goes toe-to-toe with Daredevil from what we understand from that clip. And I bet the series is going to be Daredevil trying to convince her, like, yo, you have been shown the wrong way. Like, you were unfortunate enough to be raised by fucking Fisk, which is like, damn if you're not damned, like that's like who is what's his fucking name, dude? I can't remember his fucking name. Superman villain. Lex Luthor. It's it's like being raised by Lex Luthor. Like, you're just damned from the beginning, like you don't have a choice to be a good guy when those are your dads. You know what I mean? Like, and that's how I feel Echo is gonna go. Because it seems in the trailer, Kingpin is, like, getting frustrated with her, Like, in the trailer, it seems like Kingpin is like, what are you doing? Like, listen to me. Like, I know the right way. And I'm excited.
Um, I also think that is an awesome power play on Disney's move because it eliminates him in the running for playing Lex Luthor in the future,
Not really.
which I think.
I mean, if he wanted to, he could still do it. Like, how many people have done DC and Marvel movies? Like, there's tons of crossovers. You know what I mean? Like, you can look it up on Google. There was a whole Twitter thread on it like a month ago.
That's fucking right. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess they're not.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
the
it's
only
Hollywood.
thing the only thing it does is if they make him busy enough, it'll make scheduling issues, and then he can't do it. That's what happened with the guy who does the voice for Invincible. He plays Glenn in The Walking Dead.
Oh, Stephen Young.
Yeah, he was supposed to be Sentry in the MCU, but they said because of scheduling errors, he can't do it anymore. So now it's up for grabs. Everybody was
Disney.
everybody was pissed that an Asian guy was gonna be Sentry. I was like, who cares? Everybody was so
Really?
pissed.
That's dumb. That kind of makes me mad that people are that dumb.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, get the fuck over yourself, bro. The dude's a good actor.
Yeah.
Like, who fucking cares if he's Asian? But
Well,
back to the more important thing. I really do believe Kingpin's about to get his shine. I think these two series are gonna just be like Kingpin, 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 and everybody's gonna realize like, yo, this motherfucker's the shit. Like, he's so good at acting. He plays the role so well. He brings so much to the table. I loved him in the series. I think I'm gonna rewatch Daredevil, the Netflix series, because I've just like, it's been so long and like I need it.
he's definitely come a long way from Private Pile, in my opinion. And I mean,
Dude, even after that though,
that
he did Law and Order for so fucking long.
yes, he.
His role in Law and Order
And
was
Men in
fucking
Black.
yeah, but and that's what I'm saying. Like I'm hoping that these two series are gonna be what like I know there's people who are already fans of his Kingpin role, but I'm really hoping like everybody who's like a MCU like nut hugger is like, yo, holy shit, this guy's saving the MCU right now. You know what I mean? Like he's making the series like fucking hot. This is my
You
personal.
throw somebody like
Go ahead.
I was saying, like in the future of the MCU, you throw somebody like Doctor Doom as like a business associate of Kingpin.
What I'm
You get a
saying,
really
man.
good actor to work with that. That would be fucking fire.
Saying, dude, like there's so much that could happen with Wilson Fisk. You know what I mean? Like, and he's already in so many comic storylines that like you could pull shit from this, that, and the third. You wouldn't even really have to bust your balls on writing, in my opinion.
No, I mean the only thing is your setting has to be like New York. You have to. His stories are kind
Well,
of New York
no,
centric. He
well,
doesn't really get
no,
out.
and Joe Fixit, he's in Las Vegas.
Yes, that's right.
So you could do a lot because it makes sense. He's like basically a mobster essentially. He's like a businessman mobster. So like, yeah, why would he not be in Las Vegas trying to do some dirty work? You know what I mean?
Or fucking negotiating an arms deal with some corrupt Soviet general. You know,
So I'm saying because in
like,
Punisher Max, he's apparently the end villain. I'm not there yet. I think I'm about to get there. I'm at a really good storyline right now that I don't have all the books for, which I'm sad. It's the Widowmaker. It's basically all the wives of the mobsters he's killed so far get together and try and kill Punisher. Um,
shit.
yeah, dude, and it's dark, like the way they're doing it. But apparently Kingpin is the end villain of Punisher Max. Like he's the main villain of it. and I'm very excited to see what happens because Punisher's already gotten involved with the Russians and like gone to Afghanistan and stuff. So like, who knows what the fuck Fisk has up his fucking sleeve in Punisher Max? You know what I mean? Like, it could go any which way. Which is apparently in Daredevil, the new season Born Again. Punisher's supposed to appear. Apparently, he's like trying to figure out who this. It's apparently a gang of cops using his logo to like do like bad shit, and he's trying to figure out who they are. And then Fisk is like tearing down Daredevil the whole show, like he does in the comic book. So very excited. I mean, long story short, get prepared for Echo and Daredevil. Watch the Netflix series if you haven't. If not, just join in, get along for the ride, and be happy you did. And if it sucks, come back here and yell at me in the comments. Which I doubt it will.
Michael Clark Duncan will always be my Kingpin.
Get the fuck out of here. What was it? Ben Affleck is Daredevil?
Another, like, okay.
Wasn't that who it was?
Can we...
Wasn't Affleck Daredevil?
Yes.
No, okay, we're not talking about that right now. No, I'm not talking about Ben Affleck's Daredevil. Sorry. It's not on the roster tonight. You want to hear about that? Comics and Chronic on Spotify does a really good episode on Ben Affleck's Daredevil. Go to them to hear about that. But to continue with the night, me and Juju were talking on Wednesday, and we were like, because Juju sent me a picture of who did it. It was the guy who does
Mike Magnolia.
Mike Magnolia did a picture of Spawn and Hellboy together, and we were like, damn, that's a crossover that's never happened to my knowledge. Why hasn't it? Like, it's such a perfect combo, and Spawn and him fit into the same universe almost with the way they are. And we started thinking, what are crossovers that should happen? And comic book wise, I definitely think it is Hellboy and Spawn. I think that crossover needs to happen. Like, you could do a mini series to just test it out, and I think it would. I definitely think I know it would sell like hotcakes. At least issue 1. You know what I mean? Like, issue 1 of that would go crazy, like off the press. There's no doubt in my mind that all the Hellboy fans and all the Spawn fans wouldn't be running to the fucking. Especially if you got Mike Magnolia to do the art, like that would be crazy to see Spawn and just like like having all those characters and Mike Magnolia's art would be interesting to see. Or bringing or bringing Hellboy into like somebody else's world.
Spawn.
Yeah, like
like if it were gonna be like a crossover, like Hellboy going into like if it's Spawn featuring Hellboy, you know what I'm saying? I would want Todd to be writing that, and I would want Mike to do the art.
I get behind that for sure.
And then if it's the Hellboy featuring Spawn, I would want Mike Magnolia to do the art. And I definitely want Todd to also do a little bit of the writing, but most of it from the Hellboy team now. Because I feel like they would be able to work Spawn in a very interesting way.
I get behind that.
Like, I would want Todd's input either way.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if I'd want them solely doing Spawn, because I think they might need just a little bit of input, but I get behind it. But with that being said, what is a movie? What is a movie crossover that should happen? But, and I mean, there was a couple we talked about, here or there.
Yeah.
But the one we landed on, I think, takes two aggressive forces from the 90s and puts them toe-to-toe. And that would be Predator and Terminator. Arnold's Terminator 2 to the T. That's the one we're pulling. Terminator 2 and Predator, man. I think that would be a great, if it came out in the early 2000s and the 90s, I think it'd be great. I think now it'd be hit or miss. You know what I mean? Like, not really from the Predator side, but from the Terminator side, I think it'd be hard to get it across well, because you can't. I don't think you'd be able to use Arnold now, bro. Like, I don't think that'd be a good
No.
idea.
And I think Richard, what is it? Richard Patrick or Patrick Richard, whichever one it is. He's a little too old to be playing the, John. Have you seen John Connor Cop?
Yeah, no, it's a well, yeah. So I definitely think it's a crossover in a movie that should have happened. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
1999, early 2000s, 2010 maybe. Like it could have happened and it would have been fire and it was a missed opportunity. And maybe somebody will come along and do it. If it hasn't happened in the comics, it definitely needs to happen. I'm about to look it up. I wonder if Terminator and Predator have ever gone toe to toe in the comics. Because if so, I'm buying that. Terminator versus Predator.
It just
Comic.
comes up Predator 1.
Oh no, it is a thing. It's Aliens versus Predator versus the Terminator.
Oh, that's fucking sick. All right.
Yeah,
Throw an
so
alien in the mix. All right.
alright, yeah. I found something new that I need to collect. Something new. Speaking of new things to collect, man, I really I'm on the hunt for a clean copy of Marvel's Godzilla issue 1. I am on the
I need
hunt.
to go back and buy that.
I do. I'm not going to tell y'all where I'm going to get it cuz it's at a fair price cuz they haven't changed the price since it's been a hot book since Godzilla -1. But I'm buying it as an investment piece cuz they had it there for pretty low. So I'm going to hopefully it's not gone. I think I'm going to try and slide there tomorrow. But you got anything comic-wise or collector-wise you're trying to get as an investment for 2024?
Well, um, it, they, mm, it really depends on who's coming to GalaxyCon because I'm definitely going to be getting way more autographs this year than I did last year.
You think you're going to get any
Um,
comic book autographs this year?
yeah, I'm thinking about it. It really depends. I'd have to find the right book, and I'd have to find the right person, and if they're,
Well, here's a big fact for you. I'm going to give you a little tip. Don't do not harp. I harp so hard on finding the right book, and let me tell you right now, every artist has at least 10 to 20 books that they bring for sale to sign. And I promise you, one of those is going to speak to you 100%. Because
oh yeah,
a lot of them, like Clayton Crane, he had multiple issues that were from 2010, 2014. Like they weren't new books. He just has them because he's the artist. You know what I'm saying? Or writers. So don't really try and don't not get something because you don't think you have the right book. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Still go up to his booth, check out what he has. You know what I mean? They're not gonna show it on their site. They'll sometimes post on their Instagram, but mainly it's you have to when I got there, everybody I went up to had shit I never saw that they posted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So don't. It was just something I did that, and I felt like I missed out. You know what I mean? And also, don't be scared to get your trade signed because I know, your hardcovers, I know you'll keep forever. I know you'll keep your hardcovers forever. So don't be scared to get those signed either.
I will definitely keep that, and definitely keep that in mind. And honestly, I think I'm probably gonna end up going with you.
Yeah,
this,
no,
this year.
I feel you. I feel you. I have a plan this
Um,
year. That's why I'm trying to get Godzilla -1 though from my local spot because my goal this year is to start the issue 1 wall, which is basically every issue 1 from my favorite series minus, no pun intended, Godzilla. Godzilla I'm just getting as an investment. I'm gonna throw it up on the wall until I feel like selling it. But I'm getting all these issue 1s raw locally for cheap, and then when con comes around, I'm gonna submit them to CBCS or CGC, because then I don't have to mail them in. I can just submit them there, and then they'll mail them back to me in like a month. And that's what I did last year. And that's what you should do for this Kylo Ren book you have here. That Kylo Ren, that issue 1 that's worth a lot. You should really consider taking that to GalaxyCon and submitting it to get graded. It'd be like $25 to get it graded. Like, you could pay even more to get it shipped to you sooner. You know what I mean? Like, you could pay like $50, $75 and have it sent to you in like 2 weeks type shit.
Yeah.
And I say that because that's a book that, like, you could just read that online and then have the investment night. Like, that's like something like when you get older, you could give it to your kids type thing. Like, you know what I mean? And like, you should think about that.
Yeah.
I know you don't ever think about that aspect. So like, and it's still sitting here because we were trying to do something like that. Like, maybe me and John will do it for you. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see.
One other thing that I know I'm gonna do this year, and I do it. I say it to myself every year. I'm either gonna buy a new katana of some sort, or I'm gonna get a keyblade of some sort. I was looking at my.
They always have they have so much.
Older...
They have so much of that shit at GalaxyCon, dude.
I know.
Because you know what you know what I want to get this year that I didn't get last year? I want to get a Daredevil helmet because they have the 3D printed ones for fairly cheap, and I want a Peacemaker helmet. I want a Peacemaker helmet and a Daredevil helmet, and then I'll be good on things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Or like a really high quality prop replica of some sort that is.
Oh yeah. Well, I
know?
want the helmets because I have the Court of Owls mask up there that you can't really see. I have the Deathstroke mask, and then I have my Batarang from Batman Beyond prop replica that's above the skull. So I do want to start adding to my little prop mask replica collection.
Yeah.
I definitely want to
like even like the one replica I would like to see at least made is like a Orin from the Neverending Story. Every year I've gone, I've never seen it.
You could probably definitely find one online. I guarantee you Etsy has one. Etsy has everything like that. I promise you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm definitely probably going to get this year? Because you can get like a $50 one for really cheap. Is Negan's Bat Lucille.
Yes.
I want like, I don't want the, you can get one from like Spirit Halloween that's not the Walking Dead brand. I want the one that's like actually like from the AMC store that's like $50, $75.
Yeah.
Because that one's sick. I really want it. Because I just read like up to 96 in The Walking Dead, and they said Negan's name for the first time, and I got goosebumps. Like he already has like stabbed somebody without being there. So it's like, yo, this man is gonna be a menace. He's gonna be a menace. And he's a menace in the show, and then his character development is so good. So I'm excited. I'm really excited. With you speaking of Con, though, I'm very excited for Con. Like, I have a different mindset this year. I'm into different things. I'm looking at things differently. And the one harp I have, though, is that this year they're taking forever to post all of the comic guests. Like, they've only shown, like, a handful, and it's like, dude, come on. Like, I want to know what I need to be ready for. Like, you know? Like, it... Because right now, like, I don't have a lot of signatures that I want to get. You know, there's, like, one or two that I might get, and they're not even, like, ones that I'm, like... I'm definitely getting Ric Flair. Like, I'm getting him to sign this comic book I have.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I'm doing that for my mom more so. I'm going to do that. But yeah, man. It's been a fun time, dude. It's been a good Saturday night. It won't be Saturday by the time you guys listen to this. It'll be sometime during the week. But you know, you got anything you want to say, my boy? Give some thought, give some food for thought. Anything we've talked about that you want to bring up again or just shout out maybe?
Honestly, I want to shout out fucking Conan the Barbarian. You motherfucker have
Fuck
been around
yeah.
since the 1920s,
Yep.
and there's a reason why.
Oh, dude. Speaking of Conan, guys, I went and got Marvel's Epic Collection of Conan from like 1976 or whatever. I'm so fucking excited because like the guy was showing me that like they switch artists halfway through and the guy just apes out Conan, just makes him like this like fucking force. But yeah, dude, shout out fucking Conan. You know, like they they are killing it. They are killing it. Dude, so speaking of that though, I want to tell you guys the comic book of the week for next week. So if you want to get it or prepare ahead of time, we can tell you. Juju, I have some recommendations and you're going to have to take these ones, okay?
All right.
Is that cool with you?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm looking through the list and the only thing really speaking to me. Let's see. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Okay. All right. What do you want to do? Do you want to do. Oh, fuck me, dude. There's some big ones. We probably should do the new Ultimate Spider-Man series that's starting. Wouldn't you say? They're redoing Ultimate Spider-Man.
Okay.
And then also,
Alright,
though, there's a Batman Beyond facsimile coming out. So it's the first Batman Beyond issue. And then there also Green Lantern #7 comes out. I would say Ultimate Spider-Man. You read that, the original, right?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yes, yes, I did.
Okay, you want to do that? Or do you want to do something else?
Uh,
My
Ultimate Spider-Man, Green Lantern, and what
and
was the third one?
Batman Beyond issue 1.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because there's a facsimile coming out, so I can just go buy the facsimile from the last.
Batman Beyond #1.
Hey, which one?
Sorry. You know what? I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and let's go with Green Lantern.
All right, Green Lantern #7 by DC comes out technically the 9th of January, but we will be doing it like the weekend, that weekend. So the podcast about it will be out like the week after. So make sure you tap in. And remember, dudes, never offended, always recommended. Make sure you follow us on Twitch at BrainDeadXTV at 12. We do live streams at 12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Fridays and Saturdays. And remember, like, comment, and subscribe, my dudes. And have a good rest of your week. You know what I'm saying? Later.